Welcome to Cric World from a layperson's lens. That's Vijay and Prabhu.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to yet another episode of Cric World. In this episode, we will be talking about the recently concluded fourth test from the Ashes series. The test was recently concluded in Sydney, and England managed to somehow salvage a draw. Now, normally, a losing draw will not be discussed. Why we are doing this today is basically because England managed to stop the rot. They were definitely looking down the barrel of a 5-0 whitewash, but be it the weather gods were smiling at them or whatever, they somehow managed to avert the rot. And that's the reason why we are going to be talking about this test today.
Thank you, Vijay, and welcome, friends, to the episode. So like Vijay said, the fourth test was incredibly important for England to try and salvage something out of this tour, which everything has gone against them, and they have not had any kind of impact on the series. Australia has 3-love lead, and they were winning the series hands down, and like Vijay said earlier, looking down the barrel for a 5-0 defeat. Australia started brilliantly, scoring 400 plus. We had the comeback man, Khwaja, who hit a big 100. And Australia seemed to have everything covered, and they declared to see what England could do.
Yeah, and look, Khwaja was actually not even in the frame at the beginning of this particular series. He only got in because Travis Head apparently had a COVID scare. So, and you know what he did, we all know what he did. So, yeah.
Yeah, and England were reduced to 36 for 4, and then we had a brilliant counter-attacking partnership between Johhny, Bairstow, and Stokes. And then Mark Wood came in and hit a few 39 runs as well. So it was a magnificent rearguard action, and which pulled England very close to 300. Johhny Bairstow hit a magnificent 100, the first century for England in this tour.
Yeah, first Englishman to actually score 100, something to smile about for the English. Yes.
And then Australia went back trying to see how much they could add on to their handy 120-run lead. And they scored another 265, apparently, to give themselves plenty of time, they thought, to try and win the game. 385 to win for England on the fourth inning was never going to be something which they're going to consider. And they ended up fighting all the way, and they only lost 9 wickets when time ran out for Australia. There were a few things which could have gone right or could have gone wrong. The determination of Ben Stokes, who hit another 60, Jack Crawley, who hit a 70 odd, and all the English batsmen tried their best to stick around. The common understanding is that the Australians probably made a couple of mistakes while setting the target.
I have a theory on this. You know what happened between India and Australia last summer? Mm-hmm. So Australia might be in that particular mindset whereby India somehow, although everybody says India had a great escape in Sydney, I don't think, that win was always on the card. So if you consider that might possibly have kind of skewed their decision to just be absolutely safe that England would not be able to score 375. I have a feeling that might have had something to do with it, because I remember Mark Waugh and Gilchrist and Isa Guha, all three of them were actually talking about how India nearly pulled it off. So I think that possibly had something to do with it. I don't have inside knowledge, but this is what my theory on this.
Yes, that could be one of the factors which weighed the decision to delay the declaration. The other thing was that maybe they could have got the runs a bit quicker, given themselves more time, and tried to bowl England out, knowing fully well that rain was on the cards and they would lose a little bit of time.
Yep.
They probably would have been happier with about 10 more overs probably to spare. But all in all, fantastic rearguard action from England.
Yeah.
They've been able to get out of this jail, basically. And I think Joe Root probably has got an extension to his captaincy, if I may say, probably for another tour.
Who knows?
This might be the trigger which changes a lot of things. And
Yeah. Well, it's a dead rubber anyways, if you consider it. And nobody, again, is expecting England to do well in Hobart because they are playing a day and night game there. Plus, Josh Butler is supposed to go back because I think he's got an injury or something like that. And so all kinds of problems. The only couple of good things that came out was obviously the determination which Ben Stokes showed, 100 from Johhny Bairstow. And he had also, second innings also, he managed to score 30 odd, I think. And Zach Crawley, although Andrew Miller has written that it's likely that this particular draw is not really going to change anything for the fifth test defeat for English team in Hobart, but we'll wait and watch. There's one more interesting thing which Zach Crawley actually talked about, which is the pitches in county cricket has been a sore point for him, at least. That's according to him. He says that the pitches in the county cricket competition are so bowler friendly that the batters rarely get the chance to actually bat. So people like Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad and who are basically swing bowlers, they make merry when they actually are in English conditions, and this kind of struggle when they come to places like India or for that matter, or for that matter even Australia. They've been struggling. So
well, we look forward to a very good game, a more evenly contested game at Hobart. There's also another small little match which almost escaped everybody, the Bangladesh massive defeat by New Zealand in Christchurch by innings. Not much to report about except for Rod Latham's 250 and all the bowlers returning to form. And the major talking point was actually Ross Taylor's retirement, his last game. A man who played more than 112 test matches, scored 7,000 runs, average of just under 45 and 1900. Salute to Ross Taylor.
Absolutely.
An incredible player and a great ambassador.
Yeah, and he managed to get a wicket too. He actually managed to get a wicket, which was, a perfect finale for his career. Brilliant career. He started with lots of turmoil here and there with captaincy issues and stuff, but he's carried himself really, really well. And he had a very great role model in Martin Crowe. So.
Yes, absolutely right. And thank you so much, friends. That's the end of today's episode. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for your continued support. And we hope to see you after the India game against South Africa.